Hello, and welcome back to the Determined Student channel. For what I want to talk about today is something that I wanted to follow for a while, and I tried to do this on and off again. It's not something that I have a really strong grasp on yet. I want to get a whole lot better about this. I do want to share about the experience of what I'm working with, and the topic for today is intuition. Now, I'm sure a good portion of you know what that is, but just to make sure that everyone's up to speed of what intuition is the fundamental concept of trying to follow your gut feeling or what your body and your heart essentially is trying to tell you. It usually will guide people to make proper decisions if you listen. For the longest time, especially when I was a lot younger, I wouldn't listen. And I've noticed that at those times when I didn't listen, more often than not, I ended up in some sort of trouble as a result. If it wasn't trouble, at least I have like a suspicion that I would have done better had I followed through with what my gut feeling had to say at the time. The reason why I bring this up is that I've noticed that certain successful people, like a person like a role model that I followed is Steve Jobs when I was a lot younger. He mentioned about intuition being one of the core fundamentals of him succeeding in what he did with his computer company or his computer company and what became the Apple. It caused a bit of intrigue in me as to what that meant. And as stated before, I'm not really the best person to ask about intuition. However, I would like to say that I have thought about it a little bit and I have tried to implement it. And what I've come to realize is that through following intuition, I think it's going to be a core way for me to be able to live a better life. And I'm living a pretty decent life right now. I think I can live a much better one. And that's why I am trying to push out of my comfort zone. As recording videos like this is not as uncomfortable when I first started. It is a little bit still, especially having to talk in front of a camera and not getting a response when I'm usually not very vocal and off camera. But I am trying to push myself, and I know that my intuition is telling me that I should follow through with doing this. So this is why I'm trying to get back and try to reach out to people out there on the internet, the virtual neighbors out there. With intuition, I feel that the more I start to listen to it, I am starting to feel more happier as a result. When my intuition tells me not to do something, I am trying to follow through and to do it. That way for whatever it could be it if it's a higher power, be it if it's spiritual, be it if it's karma or what have you, I feel that for whatever reason, intuition plays a key part into living a better life. So this is something that I would recommend everyone to do. I'm paraphrasing, of course, but again, mentioning Steve Jobs again, one of the quotes that he mentioned that stuck out to me is that when it comes to living life, we can't really know. When we look at connecting the dots, we can't really see what the image is going to make right away. The only way that we'll know is once the image is completely done, once we connect from one dot to the next, to the next, to the next, that we will finally be able to look back in life and realize all the things that we've done. If we just follow their gut feeling with intuition, if our intuition is telling us, okay, you're going to connect this dot, connect that dot, again, we can't see the image. We're not going to be able to know what image is being made, but we'll finally know towards the end. If we all together follow our intuition, I think it's going to help us greatly. And along with following our heart, is the pursuit of feeling happy and feeling great about our lives. I strongly believe that if we all can do this, we will all benefit and become better versions of ourselves if we follow our intuition. There's videos online that will teach you how to practice or how to listen for intuition. The best way to do it is whenever you make a decision, before you act quickly on that decision, just take a moment just to process it especially in your heart and your gut. Your gut's going to be your intuition at the end of the day. Just listen to what your gut tells you. If you get like those butterflies in your stomach and you feel empowered and invigorated and you feel determined to do it or passionate, then I would mention that you should follow through and do it. If you get the other kind of butterflies in your stomach where it tells you maybe you shouldn't do this or you might get hurt if you do this, then it's probably for the best if we follow our intuition. Be it with the relationships that you have, like with your friends. If you have a sinking feeling in your stomach and you feel like that you're not having fun with your friends, and it happens for multiple times, not just one instance but many instances, and you feel somewhere in your stomach that maybe you should be hanging out with those people, then it's probably for the best. It may be painful having to like find new friends or to move on, but it's probably for the best. Especially if you want to improve yourself, I would recommend that you look out for other like-minded people. For example, if you want to get better at knitting or sewing, perhaps reach out there and find a club that also is into that, or whatever your goals are or whatever your passions are. Just try to find other like-minded people. They shouldn't just be those people that you should only find friends that are like that and no one else, but run out a portion of your friends so that they fit your goals and your interests. And then, of course, you can have your other kind of friends, the ones that you have your fun with, the ones that you play video games with, the ones that you enjoy being with, or the ones that you can be close and personal with. Yeah, you can still keep those kind of friends. I would just suggest just not maintaining the kinds of friends that are hurting you or that are pulling you away towards something that you shouldn't be doing. So, like the old passage of the Bible has mentioned that iron sharpens iron. So the people, the company that you keep is going to play a very big impact of who you are. So follow your gut and follow your heart. If it tells you that this is good, then maintain that friendship. Or be it with family. If you are with certain family members that are toxic or hurting you, then just because they're family doesn't necessarily mean you have to be with them or like them. Well, if anything, you should always respect them. You should always respect your family, of course. Treat them well, wish them well, but just love them from a distance. Because if they're causing more harm than good, then it's probably not for the best that you maintain that. Unless both you and them can work it out, then of course that's always the ideal thing. Of course, you always want to try to maintain good relationships if possible. Try not to burn any bridges, but if it goes the way that it goes, at least wish them well. Follow your gut, follow your intuition, and this can also apply towards your romantic relationships. If your gut feeling tells you that maybe this person's not the right fit, there's probably a reason for it. Think about it, weigh out the pros and cons, and then decide and go with your gut. Your gut should not always be like the final verdict or like the final say, but if you can't decide on something, then maybe you can use that to be like your tiebreaker. But if there's like a really strong sinking suspicion, then I would always recommend to follow it. It's almost always not going to steer you wrong. And since I started following it, it has been getting a little better. It's been pushing me out of my comfort zone. It's been pushing me to try new things and new experiences that I haven't normally done before. So I would highly encourage that we all try to do the same. Follow your gut. I think it's going to make us all become the best versions of ourselves as a result. So let's just go ahead and try. Let's just go out there and continue to be the best version of ourselves. Try to improve each day. Spend 15 minutes on our goals a day. And try to be better each day. And I think intuition will play a very, very big part in that. Well, as always, I appreciate you all for coming in and stopping by watching my videos. And if you like the video, please leave it a like. Leave it a comment as well. Let me know what I can improve on. Any constructive feedback would be greatly appreciated. That way I can reach as many people as I can. That way I can leave an impact on the world, and the world can leave an impact on me, if we all benefit mutually as a result. Yeah, appreciate you all for stopping by, and just know that you're loved. Know that I love you, and I hope we all reach our hopes and dreams just one day at a time, one step at a time, 15 minutes a day. Well, we will all get there. Slowly but surely. And I hope you all reach your hopes and dreams, and I hope I do too. And yeah, thank you for stopping by as always, and take care.